Hello, and welcome to the presentation on mindful dance. My name is Stacia Barrett. I'm a licensed clinical social worker supervisor and a certified dancing mindfulness facilitator. I currently work for Charlie Health as a creative arts facilitator and for Cook Children's Health System as a therapist. So, as a mental health professional who has been integrated into incorporating movement into therapeutic processes, I'm very invested in the topic of mindful dance and specifically adding mindful dance into your own mental health practice. So we'll talk a bit about what that looks like, the benefit of it, and why I believe in it. So we'll start with defining what mindfulness is. So mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what's going on, what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. So as someone with chronic pain, chronic illness, it can be difficult to really check in with our bodies and just be present in the moment. But mindfulness is that act of knowing what's happening, what we're thinking, how we're feeling, and not being overly overwhelmed by that. And so in mindful movement, mindful dance, we are incorporating movement with the mindfulness, and we use dance to help us achieve that mindfulness. So, why would mindful dance be useful? So, we do know that there is a connection between the mind and the body. There are emotions that can get stored in our bodies from various reasons. As people with chronic pain, chronic illness, we've had a lot of doctor's visits and we may have associations with that. We may have associations with pain in our body, and emotions can get stored from that. Also, we know that dance has been used in many different settings, dance therapy, therapeutic dance, and it's been used for the treatment of mental health conditions and shown marked improvement. And so there are several research studies. There is a whole discipline of therapeutic dance that is being implemented with various populations, and it's shown marked improvement. And then also just getting back to our roots and our connection. So humans have been dancing for as long as we can count on Earth. And so being able to connect with nature, connect with ancestors, and just use dance as a connector. So we've all learned a line dance at some point in our lives and done that at some sort of gathering at a school dance. We've gotten together at weddings, we dance. And it just helps us really feel connected to the world around us as well as other people. So, in our practice today, because we will practice mindful dance, we will practice the act of just noticing how we're feeling without judgment. So, the non judgment is very vital. We're not necessarily assigning a good or bad feeling to what we noticed as we go through this process. We're just being aware. Um, During our time together, I won't teach you how to dance, and you won't be required or expected to get to a certain level of dance. You are accepted and encouraged to do what you feel. And throughout the process, I know that we can't see each other, but I will make suggestions. But remember that they are suggestive, so you can ignore them or follow them. So as you move forward and you incorporate this into your own practice on your own, continue to practice the act of non judgment. Just noticing. So if you notice that pain arises for you, pay attention to it, notice that it's there, and try to imagine it like that picture that's hanging on your wall. You know that it's there on the wall, but you don't have to focus on it for it to still be there. And you may notice that your experience of that feeling, that thought, that emotion, or that physical pain may lessen slightly. So, a few safety reminders as we move, please listen to your body. I know that we all are coming in with different levels of ability. We all have different pain triggers, pain points. Listen to your body, respect it, respect your boundaries, know your limits. The goal is to dance within a pain free range. If pain free is not an option for you, also consider moving within a range that does not add to any existing pain. And dancing while seated is perfectly acceptable. I will do the majority of this practice together seated, but you can also move around your space. You can dance standing. You can move from lying in your bed if that is what's most accessible for you. And again, a reminder to follow along with the suggestions or ignore them as you see fit. So while you're moving, I encourage you, if you are in a home that has carpet, to either be barefoot or to have shoes on and not to dance in socks, as that can be slippery. If you're on a uncarpeted floor, you may have a little more free range to, wear what you like. But again, be careful of socks. So being able to feel the floor is important if you're standing and even if you're seated, just to further that connection and that grounding. And then most importantly, have fun. So we will get started with our practice. And I will share some music for us to get started. So from here, we'll start with a body scan. So coming to a place of comfortable awareness. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, you can find a soft gaze towards the floor. And we'll start by taking a few deep breaths in. We'll breathe in through our nose, out through our mouth. Breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. One more, breathing in and out. Now let's see if on this next breath, we can focus on just kind of releasing any tension. Breathe in and out. So again, we'll start with a body scan. And in our body scan, we are going to just notice what sensations are present for us in our bodies. That could be tingling, stinging, burning. It could be a light feeling. We could feel the air on our skin if you have a fan or your AC is running. Just noticing. So we'll start with just the top of our head and see if we can't notice any sensations there. Moving down to the neck. See if you notice any sensations. If you notice tension, you're welcome to explore some gentle movement. Taking your attention now to your shoulders. Focusing your attention down your arms, to your elbow, to your forearm, your wrist, and your fingers. Let's take the attention to our back. And just noticing any sensations that are there. And focusing on the chest, stomach. Notice if you feel any tension, any tightness in your belly. Now focusing on the sensation of your body on whatever you're resting on. Notice the points of contact there. From your hips, send your attention down your thigh. Letting your attention fall to your knees. Noticing any sensation down your shins and your calves. Down to your ankles. Your feet. And all 10 toes. And now, if you can, see if you can send your attention to your entire body all at once, noticing for any sensations. Now we'll take a deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. You can gently bat your eyes open. Let's take our hands, place them together, and rub until we create a sensation of heat in our hands. Taking that heat that we've created, bring our arms out and up and sweeping back down. So I'll adjust my seat just back. And again, take arms up and around. Let's do a few shoulder rolls here. Remembering our safety reminders to move within a pain-free range for you. Tilting head side to side, gently at your own pace. Maybe even let's nod, yes. Shake our head no. And we can next shift to get comfortable but feel active from your seat. And let's just explore shifting our weight. And you can play with that. It can be from your seat's bone. It could be with an elbow on a knee, shifting your weight from one elbow to the next. It could even just be paddling your feet, moving side to side. And let's see if you can't make that just a lighter movement. And can you make it smaller? A gentle shifting. So let's move into just allowing the music that we hear to move our bodies. So maybe you hear the keys on the piano and you play along. Maybe for you it's more gentle. Let's take a deep breath in. Inhale and exhale. So one suggestion for movement here would be, can we make circles? So it could be with a single finger, it could be with the upper arm, it could be our body makes circles. But let's explore this idea of making circles. As you move and make your circles, notice, how does that feel for you? Do you notice any changes in your body as you're moving? And then allow the circles to inspire you to move more freely and openly. Maybe the circles grow. Maybe they're no longer circles. If it is comfortable for you, now we can move into a standing position. If that's not accessible for you, please continue to dance from where you are. I'll adjust. So as you adjust to being on your feet, if you have transitioned, send your attention to what it feels like to stand. Let's take just some gentle movement here. We can explore big movements and small movements. Let's move from big to small. Big to small. And another suggestion here would be a push and a pull. And that can happen in a variety of ways. Just really explore and allow your body to be inspired by what you hear. And remember that if at any point you need to sit back down, you're encouraged to do so. Take a deep breath. And remembering that we can sit back down as needed. And that our movement can change into a new movement whenever we feel. So let's all return to seated so that we can close. And let's again engage in some stretching as a way of leaving. We'll send our hands up toward the ceiling and we'll reach one hand and then the other toward the ceiling. Taking hands down, and let's practice just sweeping the hands, sweeping, open. One more sweep and open. And let's end with a seated cat-cow. So with hands on knees, I'll push in and look up, round my back, look down, push and look up and round. And we'll end with a deep breath in, breathing in and out. I want to encourage you to incorporate movement into your daily experience. It can be as small as 5 minutes. It can be as big as, you have time for, as your body will allow. But all you have to do, as we've seen today, is turn on music and allow yourself to be encouraged to move. Be present. Don't judge what you feel, what you think during that time. Just notice. I thank you so much for your attention during my presentation, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.